Hello. Hello, everybody. Boot Hill, Vulcan, Thighs, Roxas. What's up, everybody? I'm glad to finally be back. Uh, Jace, what's up? Good to see you. I'm doing good now. I'm better. For like a month straight, I just was like on the verge of death. I felt like I wanted to die. It was terrible. And it's also super annoying when like they can't really tell you what you're sick with. Like they weren't like, "Oh, you have COVID." They were just like, "Yeah, you're just sick with something. Good luck." So, yeah, no, it's been way too long. Last stream was December 11th. Yeah, no, it's been a long time. But uh with that said, there is a special event stream coming next month that I will have some more details for pretty soon. But for now, all you guys need to know is that I am going to be doing a charity event uh, sometime in February with more details coming, like I said, soon. But enough of that. Let's finally get back into this. Alright, so I am going to pull for Ye Xingguang. But first, let's pull for some Bangbu. And whatever our normal ones are. Before we hop into the story. Only 3 of those. Alright, well then we'll just head over here. Hey Proxy, what up, Jeff? Welcome in. Good to see you. I got some money today, and I've gotten Ye Xingguang's Wenjin in a 10 pull. Nice. I can hope that I will be that lucky. Internal share and external share. What does that mean? What is an internal share? Like you just share it to your friends in the game or something? Was playing Forza Horizon 5 since it's on PS5. Nice. Welcome in, Tomb. How are the Forza games? Cause I've had that one on my Steam wishlist for a while, but I've never bought it. Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot we have that Pokemon game now. Yo, what's up, Neurotic? Welcome in. Good to see you. Forza is a fun game to pick up every now and then forget about for 6 months. I do that with Rocket League a lot. I'll get like really into it again for like a couple weeks and then drop it. Yo, what's up, Geo? How's it going? I have Banyue 2 and his Wenjin. I have them both displayed on my profile. I liked Banyue, but I didn't pull for him because I already have so many fire types. I was like, this isn't gonna help me at all. Do you have a ZZZ clan? Clan? Do they have that now? Is that a thing in the game? Forza Horizon series is a good open world racing game without the cops or NFS as well. Police freeze. Outposts. Huh. I do not have a clan. I didn't know that was a thing, but I can make one. What does that do? Damn. I'm gonna hit the hard pity on this one.
The two main blade
there we go.
Towards your enemies.
The tons of fire agents I made had me skip Evelyn. The fire characters are just too good. Yeah. Alright, well now I just gotta try and get that Wenjin. Let's see if we can't make that happen. It's going great. I have a convinced... Well... Aw, not the right one. Whose is that? The Brimstone. Who's that? Oh, Soldier 11. I see. Well, I mean, at least that wasn't like my hard pity, you know? That was just a random 10 pull. Basically, you can send commissions to your own outpost to help you complete them themselves. Huh. Interesting. Alright, well I can make an outpost, if that's something you guys would want. It's Ye Xingguang's second best option. Alright. Well, I'll keep pulling for a little bit and see if I can't get her actual Wenjin, but we'll see. What else did people say? It's going great. I have a convention resume as a volunteer after working the Dallas Sonic Expo. Very cool. Did you have a good time doing that? I know it can be a lot of work doing those con things, but the volunteers are definitely a big part of how they keep running. Zhao's Wenjin is extremely good. I have not built Zhao at all, but I thought about it. 13 wishes and over 9,000 Primo Gems for Genshin Impact. I don't play Genshin, but that sounds like a lot. How many more do I have? 23. Alright. That's doable. We can do that. Especially because I don't plan on... Yeah, there we go. That is very neat. That's a cool effect. Alright. Then that is complete.
Tell me if anything's wrong, okay?
We'll just do this real quick. Alright. And then the rest of these I can just farm for later. Though I did pre-farm some of these. This was very great. Had at least one difficult customer, but it was manageable. Okay. Well, I'm glad you had a good time. And you didn't have too many tough customers. Because, I mean, that is just the bummer of, like, customer service stuff is eventually you're going to get some asshole that you have to deal with. Any stunner works, but dial-in allows her to ult more times. Yeah, well, I did not get dial-ins, so that is something I will have to I'll have to just live with, I think. Equip and enhance. Enhance. Zhao as an agent that was 27,000 HP like the greedy pig she is. I thought she was a bunny. Okay. And what CDs do you use? Alright, well I got this already. That'll work. Don't have anything for that. Don't have anything for that. And then that one has good stats on it, it looks like. Or potentially. Crit rate, attack. This one's fine. And it's 4 of those. Crit damage. Attack, crit damage. Fine. Leave that for now.
If anything's wrong, okay?
Went through hell and back to build Hugo. Don't worry too much about crit rate. She gets a lot from her passives and core. Okay. Disc 3 has loads of potential. Yeah, I don't go too hard into the disc system. Like I don't go for like each individual thing's got to have the exact right thing. But I do try to get decent ones at least. You can check out her stats on mine if you like. Okay. Alright. And now that we've done that, we are ready to begin the story of this part. Which I don't know. I don't have anything against Ye Xingguang specifically, but I've said it before, I am tired of all this mystic stuff. Like, I want to go back to the cool, like, urban style that it used to have, you know? They made it easier because now the discs have orange for the substats that you need. Yeah, that is very nice. And that is one thing that I will say Zenless has been very good about, is like quality of life updates. I feel like whenever they have like a big update where they're like, this has been a complaint, now we're gonna fix this, you know, it's always been pretty good. After this patch, I think you get your wish. I fucking hope so, man. I'm tired of it, you know? Like if I wanted to play stuff for like fantasy, I would play Genshin Impact. Wise, you're finally here. What's up? What are you guys talking about? Nothing much. I'm just a bit worried about my brother. Why? Just because he became like evil? Don't overthink it. Are you still talking about that? I hope that's all. Oh, right, I made some osmanthus cakes earlier to lift my mood. I'm not sure if it'll suit your taste, but would you like to try some? As she speaks, she pushes the osmanthus cakes she has closer to you, her eyes full of anticipation. Dude, that is one of the, like, the worst things to experience. When somebody's like, here, I made this thing. You don't have to try it if you don't want to, but you can tell they, like, really want you to try it and like it. Because then you're like, I'll try it, but I don't want to lie to you if it sucks. But it hurts like hell when you roll 3 times into defense on a disc that has crit rate and crit damage without rolling either. Yeah. Yeah, it's anything where you have to try and RNG your way into a good result is frustrating sometimes. Like, when I was sick, part of what I was doing when I was just laying in my bed all day was I was playing Darkest Dungeon 2 on my Switch. And, like, it's a fun game. I enjoy it, but goddamn if the RNG doesn't absolutely piss you off sometimes. Guys, gals, and Benry, I'm going to work at Game Fest in Irving, Texas as my first convention job for this year. Oh, very cool. I hope you have a good time there.
Wow, your osmanthus cakes are so good. So soft. But isn't this a little too sweet?
It is a bit sweet, but there's nothing wrong with a little sweetness.
Really? Sorry, I guess I added too much sugar. I'll make it much
Aren't
better
the
for you
osmanthus
next time.
cakes the ones that are flavored with, like, flower petals or something? Going to con in February, and they just announced all 3 of the main characters of GTA 5's actors. Oh, that's cool. Meeting Stephen Ogg seems like it would be crazy. Like, I'm sure he's a super nice guy, but I feel like it would be hard not to just see him as Trevor, you know?
There's no need to be nervous, Xiaoguang. It's already delicious.
I'm glad you like it.
Xiao Guang. That's not her name.
But I've always wondered, why do you like osmanthus cake so much?
I mean, he's also in Breaking Bad and The Walking Dead. Yeah, I mean, I know he's done other stuff, but, like, you spend a lot of time with Trevor in that game compared to those other things. He's also in Broad City as, like, a creepy locksmith. What's up, Ether? Welcome in. Xiaoguang equals Little Shunguang. I mean, I'll take your word for it. That doesn't make sense to me at all, but...
Actually, I just like anything related to osmanthus.
But may, as it be warned, I may have... I gave Yu Shunguang a little too much. Oh, you like Super Juicer?
I remember a long time ago, when I just joined Yunquei Summit, there was a dessert shop on the corner of a nearby street. They made amazing osmanthus cakes there, so I always pestered my brother to get some for me.
Kinda.
But for some reason, I ended up with a stomachache every time I ate them. So my brother eventually stopped me from eating them. Then I decided to try making osmanthus cakes myself. So long as I made sure to use the right amount of the right ingredients, I was fine.
This girl is allergic to the cakes and just, like, keeps eating them. She's like in Archer when Pam kept eating the crab legs even though she was getting all, like, swollen. As she speaks, Xiao Guang's eyes carry the nostalgia she has towards that past and a hidden determination. Yet, just as you're enjoying your osmanthus cakes, Senior Fufu suddenly runs over.
So this is where you were.
About Wise and Shungwang, Shungwise. That sounds like what they would call being streetwise in this world. Be like, oh, he's Shungwise.
Senior Fufu, you're back. Yeah, we heard something happened again in Wi-Fi, so we hurried back as fast as we could. We just got here today.
Man, there's always some bullshit going on
But
here.
never mind that. I just got word something strange has appeared over at Siloon Bay. We should go take a look.
A multi-raffle has begun. I think we only had one stream of these things before I got sick for a month, so I'm forgetting all of that shit. Like, just looking over in chat and I'm like, what's happening? What's this? You head to Siloon Bay with Senior Fufu. Big flower. Crouching down, Ye Xingguang carefully brushes her fingertips across the white petals. Her face fills with shock and quiet worry.
How is this possible? Those strange white flowers we saw inside the hollow are showing up out here, too. And is it just my imagination? Or does it somehow feel like the Qingming sword is reacting to them?
Yeah, I've got a bad feeling about this.
Same. They look exactly like the ones in my memory. If only Ishu and Shifu were here, she'd know what to make of this.
So far, it feels like this entire patch has been written the way that, like, One Punch Man is written. Where, like, Yixuan is the problem solver, so they have to keep having reasons why she's not around so the story can go on. Yo, Joel, what's up? How you doing? Good to see you. It's been a minute. Surprisingly, how I have Lycon at M4 right now. That's pretty good. I don't remember what my Lycon is at. I think maybe M2 or something. You know how it be. I do know how it be, and it be tiring. It be relentless. Yeah. I mean, I was basically cut off from the world for like a month because I was just laying in my bed sick. But life goes on.
With everything that's happening in Phylum Heights, it's only right for the High Preceptor to report directly to the mayor. That's her duty.
It's always weird in things like this where like they gave this guy an old man face, but his body has no wrinkles and like he looks just like exactly like a 25-year-old from the neck down. Just cleaning my kitchen. Nice. That's it's nice to have some cleaning every once in a while. Get everything freshened up. That's something I like to do after I'm sick. I like to like wash my bed's stuff, my sheets and all that. Helps you feel kind of refreshed. They added Sakamoto to ZZZ. That'd be wild. A man in Yunque's summit uniform stands there without anyone noticing. His sharp eagle-like gaze sweeps over the white flowers on the ground, then lands on Yu Xingguang.
And including, of course, the mess your brother caused. Ye Yun. He's brought shame upon Yunque's summit.
Mr. Liu! My brother,
He's just misunderstood. My parents were here for a week from Edmonton. Oh, that's cool. I hope you guys had a nice visit.
Ye Xingguang, facts are facts. There is no arguing them. But remember this. The two of you walk different paths. You have your own burden to bear. Since you've inherited the Qingming sword, you must carry everything it represents. That is your destiny.
We did? Nice. It's, my brothers came to visit for Christmas, and that's part of why I got sick again. Because, like, I was sick, like, what, a week or two before Christmas? And then, right when I started to feel better, around Christmas, my nephew got sick. And he was, like, inconsolable the whole day. He was screaming. So then he got sick, and then, like, 2 days after they left, I started to feel really terrible again. But, like, a new kind of terrible. When my throat hurts, I make scripts or clean my room. If I'm done or have writer's block, then I'll watch anime or comic dubbing. Yeah, it's not a bad way to pass the time. I mostly was just sleeping when I was trying to recover. One day I slept like 17 hours. Gotcha, what have I missed in ZZZ? I haven't played since the mayor was in the desert. Phew. Well, you missed kind of a lot. This whole patch has basically just been about um, the twins go to what is essentially like the ZZZ equivalent of Mystic China, and now they're learning martial art stuff and like energy things. But yeah, it's all been centered around that, basically.
Um,
It's not my
excuse
favorite,
me, but
honestly.
who might you be?
Sorry, I forgot to introduce him. He's Yunquei Summit's current.
Excuse me, but who the fuck are you, old man?
I am Lu Hengzhou. I know who you are. Yixuan's new disciple. As for these flowers, they've already been reported. So far, they seem harmless, exhibiting no signs of aggression. They're structurally fragile and ordinary in every way.
Any Benry cameos? Yeah, I've been scattered here and there, as various NPCs, or I've recorded some dialogue for events and stuff like that. Nothing super huge, but you know, I'm in there a little bit. Has anyone ever had that feeling where you feel congested and can't help but move a little? I don't know. Usually I just feel terrible and don't want to move at all. But 5 stream streak from Boot Hill. Nice. 5 streams. That's a lot. Especially because I haven't been streaming in like fucking a month.
No, they're not. I've seen these flowers before, back when the old capital fell, and we also found a ton of them deep inside Limnian Hollow. The weird thing is, whenever we approached them, it seemed to weaken the effects of the corruption.
Ever had your eyes glued shut due to sleep when congested? Yes, that I have had happen, where you just try to like open your eyes and you can't, and you're like, "Ugh." Yeah, that sucks.
Spending money
Yo,
always
David.
feels so good.
Welcome in. Good to see you. Thank you for the tier 1 sub. Very much appreciated. For 12 months. That's a whole year. Thank you very much. I had to go to the emergency once. It really hurt. I've never had it that bad, but that's pretty crazy. I got sick around Christmas too, but I was only sick for a week. Then the rest of my family got sick. Yeah, no, it was like everybody in the house got sick, and then I got a little bit better, and then I got sick again. So I ended up, you know, my family was here for Christmas. We did all that, but then New Year's, I didn't do anything. I was supposed to host the New Year's party, actually, but then I was so sick, I was like, yeah, you guys have to do something else. Subiversary! That's right. But yeah, thank you so much.
Is that so? Then just to be safe, you may clear these flowers away for now.
Okay, I'll try.
Xiaoguang swings her sword. Light flashes and the white flowers before her crumble instantly into ash. They're far more fragile than they look. Are they really just ordinary plants?
Mr. Liu, please believe me. These flowers aren't as simple as they look. There's something deeper going on. We can't just let them spread like this.
You're not usually this persistent. Is it because of what you've been through lately? Or have you met someone special who's made you start questioning things?
I don't know. Why are you being a dick about it? Lu Hengzhou seems to glance in your direction, or is that just your imagination?
No, that's not it. I just feel like this is too important to ignore.
All right. Tomorrow evening, I shall gather all the relevant people. We'll meet at the temple.
Thank you.
Of course, this isn't only about the flowers. It's also time to come to a final verdict on your brother's actions.
I mean, come to whatever verdict you want. He's gone.
I'll need to review everything and make a statement that does right by the disciples of Yunquei Summit.
Am I remembering wrong? I feel like at the end of the last patch he fucking died. Like, I I have a memory of him having the fight and then just like disappearing. Like, I thought he blocked an attack or something from Xiao Guang and just died.
I understand.
Good. That's all I needed to hear. Ye Guang, never ever forget who you are, or the duty that comes with your gift and your sword.
Lu Hengzhou turns to leave. As he brushes past, he pauses for a brief moment and murmurs something only the two of you can hear.
Let's hope your presence in her life brings strength, not burden.
He walks by and he's just like, bitch.
Sorry you had to see that. Mr. Lu's always been that way. He takes Yunquai Summit's honor more seriously than anything. But I'm sure he didn't mean any harm.
I don't know, man. He kind of seems like an asshole.
So, who exactly is this Mr. Lu? Is he one of our seniors at Yunquai Summit or something?
He's an elder of Yunquai Summit. He's the one who
He's the
manages everything
janitor.
when
I don't know
Eastern
why he
Shifen's
has
not
this
around.
attitude.
An elder? But I heard that Yishuan Shifu was the only one from Yunquai Summit who survived the Filoom Heights incident back then.
Well, he's more of a guardian than a fighter. Back when everyone left the mountain, he was tasked with making sure the disciples' families were safe. That's how he survived the disaster.
But how is he supposed to make sure everyone's safe if he's not a fighter? Why would they leave the guy behind who can't fight?
I didn't think he'd come here, too. Guess that means whatever's happening lately really is serious.
Feels like he's kind of strict with you.
Well, he always says that since I inherited the Qingming sword, I must live up to that title that comes with the responsibility. He's just got high expectations for me.
Just love the VAs openly acknowledging, including Kristen, that Steven is pronouncing better. Yeah, I mean, kind of, it's just a fact. He's doing a better job because he knows how to actually pronounce it. It's tough. I mean, my girlfriend is Vietnamese, and I can't pronounce hardly anything that she's tried to teach me. My mouth just isn't able to do it, you know?
Alright, enough of that. It's getting late, and I need to prepare for tomorrow's meeting. Oh, right! The osmanthus cakes! They turned out a little off this time, but next time I'll make the perfect batch for you to try.
Goes against the usual anime thing, like you said, where they force you to pronounce it wrong. Yeah. No, I do appreciate that they seem to be taking the approach where they're like, if you know how it's actually pronounced, then feel free to pronounce it the way it's supposed to be pronounced, versus, you know, everyone has to say it the same way even if that way is wrong.
It's a promise, okay?
Her eyes glimmer as she looks at you, and, like she's finally gathered the courage, she holds out her pinky. You reach out and hook yours gently with hers. A bright, content smile spreads across her face. She pulls her hand back and gives you a small wave.
See you tomorrow.
Ye Xinguang turns and disappears around the corner just like any ordinary girl. Yet somehow, as you watch her go, you can't shake the feeling that she's carrying something far heavier than she ever lets on. Like that sword. To be fuel for the night. Okay. Genshin's gross butchering of the word Natlan hurts so bad. Yeah, well, and that one's a little different too, because that's like, it's based off of a different culture, so they're already probably not going to pronounce it exactly right, because, like, if you grow up knowing how to speak Chinese, Latin languages can be harder to pronounce too, right? She's pregnant now. I mean, that's all it takes in anime. All you have to do, you you link your pinkies and then boom, she's pregnant. It's fucked up. It's almost time for the meeting. Let's head to the Swabian Temple Hall now. Okay. What's that? 39. 20. And then randomly in a recent patch, Danine pronounced Alain guillotine weirdly accurately. Like the main word they pronounced right in Fontaine was poisson. That's it's like, no, I was gonna say that's swimming pool, but that's not correct. That's a piscine, right? Croissant. That's fish. Okay. Yeah, that's similar. Kind of a similar idea. Fish swim in water. Alright, what's your deal, man? You arrive at Swabian Temple's main hall. Everyone's already here. Yixuan joins remotely due to other obligations. Yu Shengguang stands quietly to one side, nervously twisting the edge of her clothes.
Since everyone's here, let's begin.
It's funny to think of, like, a mystic like Yixuan who could be, you know, she could be using her powers to communicate, but instead she's just on Zoom. And she's like, yeah, can you guys hear me? Yep. No, there's something wrong with the connection. I don't know. I can see you, I can't hear you. I know because I just saw it at a French restaurant over the break. Okay.
The purpose of this meeting is to
Scammer
gather
lady.
what we know, review the current situation, and discuss what to do with Yeshu Yun.
Known fraud, Yixuan.
My apologies, everyone. It is a little inconvenient for me, so I'll have to join you like this.
My apologies, everyone. I'm calling you from a McDonald's, because it's the only place I can get Wi-Fi. I know German, not French. I only know handfuls of words in various languages, but I don't speak much of anything.
When I heard what happened with Shuyan some time ago, I had planned to return to Phylum Heights immediately, but I received an urgent mission from the mayor. There's been an abnormal disturbance inside Hollow Zero, and as manpower was insufficient, Section 6 and I were sent to deal with it. It's a complicated matter and still has yet to be resolved. I am unable to leave at this time. Mr. Liu has given me a rundown of the situation regarding the creator. The situation is dire, so I've also shared this information with the mayor. However, my information is likely not complete.
Only very little Italian back in the high school days. Well, Italian is one of those languages where, if you know Spanish, then you probably can figure out a decent amount of Italian as well. That is the nice thing about the Latin-based languages, is a lot of the roots are the same, so you can figure out certain things. Which is part of what I learned in etymology. I'm far from fluent, it's what I took in college. That's fair. I mean, I took Spanish in high school, and I'm definitely not anywhere close to fluent.
As such, I would like each of you who was there to briefly recount what happened so we can make the most accurate judgment possible.
Long story short, that Miss Sarah from the Exaltists was behind a whole string of events. Her real goal was to awaken the Creator. Meanwhile, Yeshu Yun's so-called partnership with Sarah was just a cover. What he really wanted was to destroy the creature before it could
Donde
fully
está
awaken.
la biblioteca? Yes, that means where is the biblioteca? Isn't it weird that where's the library became like the default phrase that people know in Spanish? I always admire the Europeans, most are at least bilingual. Oh yeah. No, that was one of the interesting things when I lived in Malta. Most of the people there spoke 3 languages or more. Because, like, their economy is so based on tourism, it wasn't that uncommon for people to be like, I speak Maltese and English and Italian, or, French or German, or, whatever. They definitely have more skills than I do. What's up, Cho? Welcome in. Yet I understand zero my father's home language of Tagalog. Yeah, well, it happens. They caught on that I knew Spanish, so I was put in a native speakers class and missed out on the easy class. Yeah. Yeah, there were a few kids like that at my school where they were like, I'm gonna pretend I don't know Spanish. But yeah, it didn't work. Because their version of, like, trying to seem like they didn't know Spanish was still way more advanced than any of us who were actually learning it.
Unfortunately, things didn't go as planned. He overestimated himself, and in the end, he was possessed by the Creator's power. We ended up having to fight him.
Thanks to Xiaoguang's assistance at a crucial moment, we were able to subdue the monster under the Creator's control and awaken Yeshu Yuan.
Malta sounds pretty accommodating. Well, I didn't have to learn anything at all to go there, so I would say it was pretty accommodating. Yeah, there were only a few people we met who didn't speak English there, and they were mostly like old people. Our landlord's dad was one of them. Because, like, our landlord was like, if you need any assistance, we can help you with the maintenance. My father, he does the assistance. And we were like, oh, okay, cool, nice to meet you. And he was just like... And we were like, oh. And she was like, hey, he does not speak English. It's okay, though. You can talk to me, and I will tell him what you need. That was kind of how their accent is. It's a really interesting accent, because it's, like, kind of Italian, but it's also got kind of its own thing going on, where it sounds almost like one of those, like, Nordic, like a Swedish accent or something, you know? But the Maltese language is interesting, too. It's like... It sounds like Italian mixed with, like, Arabic. It's really interesting to listen to. Alright, Joel, see you later. Thanks for dropping by. Good luck with your cleaning and laundry. And I do feel better, Cho, thank you. Plus, for myself, I was put in, like, a special needs class as well, since I'm autistic. Well, fair enough. Outside of it being good, Krampus has a third unit. It still kind of makes more sense that Banyue joined Yunquay Summit. Well, yeah, I mean, considering he's like a mystic robot. He's basically just Zenyatta mixed with Ramatra.
It's all thanks to Xiaoguang. Without her, we wouldn't have been able to suppress that monster or rescue Senior Ye.
Yet everything comes with a price. And that price... Xiaoguang, you used the power of the Qingming sword, didn't you?
I'm sorry, Shifu.
Yes, please serve Elon Musk. Dude, imagine how crazy that would be if Elon Musk just himself was actually in this game.
When you inherited the Qingming sword, I told you, unless it's a matter of life and death, you must never draw it from its case or tap into its power source.
It would be satisfying to kill him, though.
But my brother's life was hanging by a thread, and my friends were in danger. Please, Shifu, tell me, what situation could possibly be more dire than that?
Damien ain't a good person. No, he's not, but he's not as annoying as Elon Musk, at the very least.
Xiaoguang, I'm not blaming you. It's just, more than saving others, I'd rather you learn to protect yourself.
Xiaoguang, I'm not blaming you. I'm disappointed and I wish you had done something different. But I can't really tell you what that would be. That's for you to figure out.
Let's leave it here for now. Anyone else have something to add?
Though we ultimately prevailed, Yeshu Yuen left on his own in the chaos. We have no information on his whereabouts.
His character is just contrasting him with even shittier rich people. Kind of what they did for the Cruella movie, which I loved. I never saw the movie, but I did see that gif of the dog drop kicking her mom off a cliff, which was so funny as a backstory.
I've also been informed of that. I'll see what I can do to locate him.
High Preceptor. Yeshu Yuen colluded with the Exaltists, endangered Phylum Heights, and brought shame upon Yunquay Summit. Surely this can't be brushed aside with just a vague locate him, can it?
I mean, what the fuck do you want, man? We gotta find him first to do anything.
You probably don't know this, but before I left, I sent the Qingming bird to Lemnian
Yeah,
Hollow
Zhao
to
being a
search for
tool
him.
of capitalism is
Poor
funny.
thing got trapped there by the Exaltists and only just made it back. When I examined the bird, I realized
Aren't we
Shuyan
all?
had been trying to send me messages about the creator, but they never got through. So no, Shuyan never really sided with the Exaltists or betrayed Yunquay Summit, and that's exactly why we need to find him. Hear what he has to say, face to face.
My brother must have had his own reasons for everything he did. I know he'd never betray us.
Whatever the case, Yeshu Yuen has done real damage to Yunquay Summit's reputation. Still, the details can wait until he returns. We'll deal with it properly then.
I'm glad her bite wasn't taken away. I mean, it's if you're gonna have like a bunny character, you should make her vicious. It's funnier. Although I guess technically now they have two bunnies, and the other one is the timid type, so... If she's just like the rabbit from Monty Python, who like tries to kill them all.
I take it you two are finished now? Then let me add something. When Sarah tried to summon the creator, we saw this really weird black mist appear.
I also feel like it's really weird that they added this character in, I think just so that they could have somebody who doesn't like her brother and is on the opposite side, but who isn't like one of our playable characters. Like, you notice everybody that we can play as is like, he would never, I trust him completely, and it's just this new weird generic old man who's like, he should die. Ooh, this is about where I am in the story. Oh, you didn't get very far into it then.
And the strange thing is, we couldn't even hit it. Our attacks went right through.
Zhao isn't a hardcore I can fix her type, but still is. I mean, I'll be honest, man, at 30 years old, I am not interested in fixing anybody. You can fix yourself or you can fuck off. I don't want to deal with it.
Couldn't hit it.
That black mist is a formless entity. To harm it, you must condense it into a tangible state, just like the creature the creator commanded.
I see it now. That black mist must be the true form
Started
of the
the next
creator's
level,
power.
but yeah, I'm basically here.
I've already discussed this with the mayor. He plans to conduct a discreet investigation through his own channels. For now, we are to stay put. Especially you, Xiaoguang. You need to stay in the temple and focus on recovering. Don't take any more risks.
I feel like it's just everybody's being like, Xiaoguang, just don't do anything. Don't use your powers. And Xiaoguang's like, I'm going to. And then nothing happens. And she's fine.
But
That was something that I saw once that I found interesting, where people were like, the anime powers, where it's like, oh, he's cutting his lifespan short for this power, those are essentially free and infinite powers, because in anime we don't get to see the entire life of a character, you know? Like with Luffy in Gear Second, where it's like, oh, he's causing his heart damage, he's shortening his lifespan. It's like, I mean, yeah, but we're not gonna see Luffy as like a 65-year-old dying early, you know, which I thought was interesting. It makes sense.
Shifu's right, Xiaoguang. You fainted before, remember? You really can't keep pushing yourself like this anymore.
Yeah, Xiaoguang. Since both Shifu and the mayor are stepping in, we can finally take a little break.
The power of the Qingming sword is both the pride of Yunque Summit and the burden of its wielder. Right now is not the time for it to be drawn.
I guess I just don't understand why the sword is so important. Like, they're like, it's the pride of Yunque Summit. It's like, why though? Just because it's like an old sword?
You must cherish this power and use it for the sake of many, not to serve your own feelings.
It's the pride of Yunque Summit, but nobody mentioned it at all until Ye Xingguang was already here.
So, I agree with the High Preceptor's decision.
Oops.
How about we let Xiaoguang speak for herself first? She's the one who's actually going through all this.
I usually enjoy Mystic stuff, but 2.x really feels like ZZZ has lost its original sense of style, and I miss the proxies hiding in the shadows as they do somewhat vigilante-esque work with urban gangs and factions. I don't hate 2.x, but it's not what drew me into ZZZ. Mystic Swords is so overdone. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's just like after Game of Thrones came out and everything was low fantasy medieval type stuff for like a decade. Like if you don't bring something special to the table with it, then you're just making noise in the ocean of already existing stuff, you know? Which, to be fair, mysticism isn't as overdone as like that, the European medieval thing, or like when zombies were like the big thing and they were everywhere. But I do feel like Chinese media in particular does tend to go for the mysticism stuff a lot, so it feels more overplayed within the realm of this sort of stuff, you know? I think Miyabi's situation again, though probably more extreme. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I know you voiced a part of that sword. I did. I was one of the screaming voices. I think honestly when ZZZ had the puzzle system, it had way more identity. Yes, that was a unique thing, and it's kind of a bummer they just got rid of it entirely. Because I think it could have been good, they just had to use it in a slightly different way. You know? 2.x isn't bad, just not at the same height. Yeah, it's not holding my interest as much as the start of the game, but hopefully the next year of stuff will be different.
Thank you, Junior.
Hopefully we'll get to hang out with, you know, some of the older factions too. Bellabog and the Cunning Hares and all of them. Yu Xingguang looks your way, gratitude flickering in her eyes. Then she takes a deep breath like she's gathering every ounce of courage and meets everyone's gaze head on. I still feel, though, we haven't really made Taoism get to its peak, wishing for more actual mystical references. But I'm in the minority. Yeah, I mean, I think part of it is just you know so much more about that stuff than most of us that for you this all reads as like scratching the surface, but for the rest of us it's like, yeah, we've been doing this forever, you know, even though it's not like the exact same thing.
I want to help with the investigation too. Even without drawing the sword, there must be something I can still do. Please, let me.
No. I've already said this before. If you want to avoid the sword's negative effects, you must
The
stay away from
trigram
anything
system is
related to it.
insane.
This isn't up for debate.
Whenever I hear trigrams, it always just makes me think of Naruto with Neji and his 8 trigrams, 64 palms. Yo, what up, Egg? Or, Shrikeef? I'll just call you Egg. Shrike like the bird. Oh, it's like Shrike AV. Okay. But yeah, Egg is fine. I'll call you Egg until I forget what your original name was, and then I'll call you Shrike. But welcome in, good to see you. It's been a minute. Hope you're doing good. I had a dream about doing that move. Neji was so fucking cool, and it's baffling that he's still like one of the only characters in Naruto who actually died.
If there are no objections, I'll take my leave here.
Since the High Preceptor has spoken, this meeting is concluded.
The air is heavy with silence. Ye Shengguang's shoulders slump a little. She quickly lifts her hand to wipe her cheek like she's erasing something. Then, running from everyone's gaze, she turns and leaves without a word. Yeah, I've been going through stuff and just getting through life. I fucking feel that. Yeah, I was torn up about that. Yeah, I mean, I in general think more people should have died in Naruto. I think that's a big problem with a lot of anime, is nobody fucking dies, so then there's no real stakes. But I think Neji being one of the only people to die makes it like really weird. Where it's just like, why just Neji? Like, he wasn't even that important, you know? I showed a Chinese friend, Sarah, who is also a fan of Evangelion, and he said this is not as inspired at what made the reason behind the ending work. I mean, Sarah's motivation. That's ZZZ too. I mean, it's a lot of media. It's not even in just like Asian media, it's Western media too. Like, I'm a fan of comic books, but you are a fool if you think any comic character is ever gonna stay dead. Looks like there's drama going down at Yunquay Summit.
Yunquay Summit and Krampus definitely have very different styles. Getting used to it, thank you for asking.
Banyue's a key player in Krampus now, you know. Someone like him, powerful yet honest and reliable, is a rare find. Of course we had to snatch him up right away. Oh right, Senior Zhao seems to have taken on a big mission lately. We might need to help out, so let's be ready. The good thing about Ju Fufu's quest is that actually hailed back to ZZZ being a film love letter. Yeah, I liked Fufu's quest because it was unique, you know, doing the whole like Hong Kong action movie thing. It was super cool. That's right, Senior Zhao is a super busy person and the boss really trusts her. Let me tell you a secret, she even has this wild title, Krampus's Unbeaten Legend. Word is, since joining Krampus on the boss's recommendation, she's never failed a single mission she's taken on.
I see. Senior Zhao is truly impressive. Or certainly impressive.
Whoa, feels kind of weird hearing you call her Senior. Oh my, it's getting late. Banyue and I should head back to Krampus. I still don't really get what Dialin's deal is. Like, she's like a customer service rep who also goes out on missions to kill people. Ju Fufu's story was really awesome. Yeah, he's a pawn of capitalism. Banyue, my beloved. He is cool. It's hard to beat. Do we know Banyue's voice actor officially yet? Has it been announced? Dial-in killed of finds dial-in. It's like dial-up assassin. See you later then, Proxy. I don't think so. Well, I was gonna say it's hard to beat the voice actor, but I'll say it's hard to beat the guy that I assume is voicing this character. Isn't he the same guy that voiced Vegeta? I don't know. We don't have any idea right now. You know, Civ Zhao. It's interesting. Why? It's weird they haven't announced Banyue yet, because he's like all over the place in here. I feel like usually they announce the characters once they become playable. We shall be taking our leave. Dial in Banyue leave first. Alright. As the keeper of the Qingming sword, Ye Shengguang should shoulder more responsibility. The way she's acting now is a total disgrace to Yunquei Summit. But Xiao Guang... I can't do a Pan Yinhu voice because it always just turns into Ben. You know what? Fuck it. I'll just do Ben's voice for Pan, because he's similar. But Xiao Guang didn't want to become the sword keeper either. She's still so young. Ridiculous. Becoming the keeper of the Qingming sword is a tremendous honor. It should be the goal of every Yunquei Summit disciple. Ben Pan. I don't know, man. That sounds too much like bedpan. If only I or Yi Xuan had become the sword keeper instead. If only I, the super weak old man. What a shame. Alas, that's enough chit-chat. We have much to do. Next, you should take some disciples to deal with those strange white flowers in Phylum Heights. She was particularly wary of those flowers earlier. There must be some reason for that. Regardless of my concerns, I trust the Qingming Swordkeeper's judgment when it comes to danger. As for the investigation into the Creator's power, I shall handle that personally. Me, Lu Hengzhou. What's up, Tiago? Welcome in. Good to see you. How you doing? Understood, Mr. Liu. I'll arrange for it right away. Lu Hengzhou and Pan Yinhu leave together. What up, Belle?
Wise. I'm still a little worried. Sure, Xiaoguang looks fine now, but who knows if that sword's influence might get worse.
So, if I don't, Starbucks is like not great coffee or whatever, but I will say they have their pistachio stuff now. It comes around this time of year. Pistachio cream cold brew is delicious. I don't even really like pistachios that much either. It doesn't really taste like pistachio. It's just kind of nutty, but it is delicious. Creator, please refine me.
It won't be good if she really does lose all of her memories. Maybe we should reach out to Ishu and Shifu again?
That makes sense. But reaching out to Shifu directly might be disruptive. She's had her hands full lately. Let's consult Senior Fufu first.
It's kind of weird that they have this slash in the middle of the screen to divide them when the background is all just one image. Like, they're just standing next to each other. Why did they... You don't have to do that. You find Ju Fufu and tell her about your worries that Xiaoguang may really be losing her memory. Turns out she's been just as anxious about it. After some discussion, she contacts Yixuan.
Shifu, we're really worried about Xiaoguang.
Isn't this what they've always done?
I mean, if she really
It
does
is.
start showing signs of
It's
memory
just
loss,
weird
Is
to
there
me.
anything we can do?
Like, these two are in completely different places. That makes sense, but like, splitting a picture in half when it's literally just two halves of the exact same picture seems silly.
There's nothing we can do. According to the records of past sword wielders, memory loss itself is a warning sign. Once it begins, the erosion caused by the Qingming sword only grows stronger.
Was it in 1.0?
And after that, there's no turning back.
I think so. This is what I remember it being like every time I can think of it. Also, that's crazy to have like the sword of amnesia.
No way.
But, based on my studies, as long as the case remains intact and Xiaoguang refrains from drawing on the sword's core power, its influence on her can, in theory, be contained. So you must keep a close eye on her condition. Whatever happens, she must never use that sword the way she did before.
I'm gonna spoil what's in the new update. There's a new character, new agent. I mean, isn't that true of every update, basically?
Understood. We'll keep a close watch on her.
And about what I said during the meeting earlier, I was too harsh. I didn't think about how it would make her feel.
Dementia
I
sword.
know she only wanted to help.
Henry, did you make an outpost already? I didn't, but people were telling me about it, so I will make an outpost. In fact, I forgot to do that after I pulled earlier.
After my sister.
I can do that after this cutscene.
After what happened to my sister, I can't lose another person to that sword. Especially not my own disciple. Someone I'm supposed to protect. If only the Qingming sword had chosen me instead.
Oh, I forgot her sister had the sword first.
Please don't blame yourself, Shifu. I know you only
No,
said
it's
those
different. It's a
things
new
because you're worried
character,
about
way
Xiaoguang.
different.
I'm sure she'll
Oh,
understand
sure.
too.
Hold on a second. That means the Qingming sword actually chooses its own master?
What did you think they fucking meant this whole time, Wise?
Yes, that's right. The Qingming sword chose every one of its masters. Only those it accepts can resonate with it and wield its power.
Imagine, like, Thor's hammer gives you the power of Thor, but also gives you, like, testicular cancer.
But even after all these years, no one has figured out what that sword looks for. It doesn't seem tied to strength, talent, or anything measurable. Back when Xiaoguang and Shiyan joined Yunquei Summit, Mr. Liu thought Shiyan showed far greater potential. I once guessed the Qingming sword might choose people with a certain kind of constitution, but that doesn't explain why it passed over me, when my constitution is far closer to my sister's, and chose Xiaoguang instead.
She's just like, I used to think the sword would choose, like, really cool, hot people who are really strong, but then, like, it didn't pick me, so that's not possible, right? Because I'm so hot and cool, so, like, how did that happen? Use the hammer for electroshock therapy to shock it out. He has just got, like, a built-in defibrillator. It's just like, clear.
We know far too little about this sword.
Sorry if this sounds blunt, but if we already knew the tragic fate of the Qingming sword's wielders, why let Xiaoguang inherit it?
It should have been me, sweetie. Sorry, sweaty. When people misspell sweetie like that. Thought Yixuan refused the sword. Maybe, I don't remember. I don't mind the story for 2.0 patch, specifically since it was only one patch of Mystic stuff, Kung Fu movie vibes. Yunquei Summit was a really cool faction at the start. And I think Banyue as a robot man martial arts master is one of the sickest character concepts that fit well into ZZZ, but the Mystic Chinese vibe still continuing along with the Mystic MacGuffin sword becoming a part of the plot really makes 2.x as a whole feel lost from the OG ZZZ vibes. I agree, and it also, I think just the ongoing thing being like, oh, it's this cult that you have to deal with, and they're trying to summon God, and now you have to fight God. Like, it takes the story from, like, this small, contained, urban exploration, environmental storytelling thing to being, like, just like a JRPG, you know? There's something really funny about Outposts. It can show in a feed if someone loses a 50-50 so you can make fun of them. That's wild. Oh yeah, feel free to make an outpost for the moon base. Vulcan sadly can't join because he's in Asia. Outpost is region dependent. Ah, that is a bummer. I guess it makes sense though. I mean, you can't do any of the other interactable stuff unless you're in the same region, but it's still weird to me that region-locked stuff is like a thing in the modern era, you know? Because, like, there's really no reason for it.
This was my mistake. One I'll never be able to forgive myself for.
Remember when your second biggest worry in ZZZ was the power bill? Yeah, for real. And now we just have, like, Fairy doing nothing most of the time.
After my sister's accident, I devoted everything I had to studying how to suppress the sword's side effects. When I finally succeeded with the case, I naively thought that would be enough, and that the sword could be tamed. So, I let my guard down.
Vulcan did join a Ben-focused outpost. That's cool. Good to see that our boys got representation in the outposts. Free rent.
Back then, Xiaoguang had only just joined the sect. She was still a curious child. One day, when she was playing behind the mountain, she wandered into an off-limit area where the case was kept. All it took was one touch, and the sword chose her.
Okay, that feels like it's Yunque Summit's fault. If they left it in a place where a child could just wander in and become the chosen one. In total, there are 3 outposts that Vulcan is in. 1 General, 1 Ben, and 1 Anby. Oh, you can be in multiple outposts? Okay, that's cool. Cults and villains trying to summon gods, or being they think are gods, is done in pretty much all of Hoyo's major games, and they're really getting old with the constant rehashing. Still love the general style and characters, but god or false god obsessed villains are very boring. Yeah, it's just because there's nowhere to go with them other than, you know, this is our blind devotion to God, and like, you can do that in a compelling way, but you have to center the story around it in a much more focused way. Otherwise, all you get is just like, you know, the same thing the whole time.
Once the bond is formed, it can't
Yeah, up to
be
10
undone
outposts.
until the Keeper's death.
That's a lot. All Hoyo outside of Genshin is really Evangelion. Yeah, I mean, it does have its similarities.
If only I'd been more careful with its safekeeping. The case had been successful, and I let my pride dull my vigilance. None of this would have happened.
Even Evangelion, though, I would say is more unique in that way, because, like, in this game, it's just a god. It's just whatever, you know? But in Evangelion, it's unique because they used actual, like, Christian mythology stuff, where it's like they use the actual lance of Longinus. It's like there's an actual, like, basis to it with a religion that you don't typically see a lot of being used for that kind of stuff, right? So it brings, like, an extra spin on it that makes it interesting. If they ever explore the Dark Wall or whatever it's called, I really hope it's horror focused and have it be actually good. Yeah, I mean, ZZZ has gone into horror a little bit before, and it's always been really cool and interesting. They need to roll more with that sort of stuff instead of pulling their punches, where, you know, like we were talking about with Naruto or other anime, it's like nobody ever dies, nothing ever really happens, you know? It's because everything is derivative. Everything is derivative of something, but there's still ways to make something fresh and not have it be just, oh, it's, you know, that same story again. And in particular, ZZZ has suffered from being derivative of itself, where it's like patch, then the next patch, and then the patch after that is literally the same story from 2 patches previous, you know? I don't know why they keep structuring things like that.
I've heard about it. According to Elder Lu, it was just an accident. No one could have known that something as simple as a touch would form a bond.
Euphorius is extremely fresh and meta. The world of ZZZ is comically scary because of super cancer, but we get to kill God or whatever. That would be a crazier story, is if the cultists thought they were summoning God, but they were really just like enhancing the cancer properties of the hollow to give people immediate giant mutations like Resident Evil.
Instead of blaming anyone, maybe we should focus on what to do next. The way she looked just now, she must be really hurting inside.
Euphorius is a place in Honkai Star Rail. Okay. I assumed it was just like a separate game. I mean, they were doing that originally. Yeah, they were, but now they've moved on to like, no, they're actually summoning God, you know? It's always more interesting to me to have a cult that is doing things that are harming people because they believe they're doing something mystical, but they're actually not, and they're just hurting people. Like, that's way scarier, because religious fervor in real life does cause stuff like that sometimes. But when you bring in, like, no, it's actually working and they're actually summoning God, then it's like, oh, well, then I guess technically this cult is kind of right, because God does exist and they're summoning it. If you play multiple Hoyo games like Genshin and HSR at the same time, then the derivativeness feels even worse. And a lot of the concepts reach even further back with Honkai Impact if you look into it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's just the nature of one company making several games that all are supposed to appeal to different people, because theoretically you'd have similar writers working on these teams, but like, I don't know if they expect everyone to play all of their games or for certain people to play certain games, so they're just not thinking about it. I don't know. Imagine during a future patch mid-story, literally everything just goes down that path and it's just awful for a few straight updates until humanity is semi-fixed after that. I would like to see them get really crazy with this. If they're gonna go the cult route, they need to do some crazy shit.
I agree. Leaving her alone with her thoughts right now probably isn't good. Maybe I should go check in on her?
But it's also tough to do when you got stuff like Silent Hill 3, you know, where like summoning God in a cult thing is like the focus of the story, but they also have it mixed in with the themes of like motherhood and pregnancy and, you know, unwanted consequences of sexuality and stuff like that, whereas like this is pretty much just the cult thing, you know.
I still have something I need to
It's hard to
here.
beat something that
So if you
really
could go keep
takes
her
it
company,
seriously
that'd
and
be
thinks about it
perfect.
a lot, like Silent Hill.
Xiaoguang really adores you, you know. Having you by her side will make her feel so much better.
Please, when you see her, tell her I'm sorry.
Yixuan lets out a quiet sigh before ending the call. Jufufu and Belle both have other matters to attend to and leave soon after. No time to waste. I better head to Zhao Guang's room and talk with her. Yep. Imagine whenever the creator's defeated or whatever, it just makes everything related to the Hollows considerably worse and it just scales like crazy. Yeah, like that would be a more interesting way to take it, where they defeat whatever god thing is summoned, and then like everything just gets worse. And it's like, yeah, that god was genuinely a force for good and it was trying to stop things from happening, and now you've killed it, so now what it was holding back is coming out even harder, you know? But I don't imagine they'll do that, because then you would have your heroes be like accidental villains, and I don't imagine they want to go for that. Lysandra vibes. Zhao Guang doesn't seem to be in her room. Wonder where she went. There's a notebook on the desk. Looks like it's Zhao Guang's diary. Should I take a look? Wise. What? No, you shouldn't look at her diary. What the fuck? But also, yeah, we're gonna look at her diary. You open the notebook and take a quick glance. It's filled with densely packed text, seemingly documenting something in great detail. But feeling a bit guilty, you can't make out the details. You quickly close it back up. Well, that was pointless. Maybe I shouldn't read it if it's Zhao Guang's new diary entry. Okay. Just then, a familiar voice comes from behind me. It sounds a bit startled and flustered even.
Wise? What are you doing here?
Trying to go to the moon. The moon would be a pretty cool destination for us to end up in Zenless.
Oh, it's just, when I knocked earlier, I heard a strange noise from inside. I thought something might have happened, so I came in to take a look.
I do hope we get a NASA-like faction in this game. Yeah, something to do with space would be super cool. Hoyo really teaching great lessons on how to treat your friend's possessions. For real. Weren't we in space when Astra's patch released? We were floating in that Space Needle kind of thing, but I don't think they were actually in space. Suddenly, a chubby orange cat waddles out from the corner of the room. Yo! They put Garfield in Zenless? Hell yeah! It looks over, meows triumphantly, and struts right past our feet. So that weird noise just now must have been this little cat's doing.
Thank you. I'm fine,
Okay.
really.
I mean, whatever ethereals are on the moon are actual demons because no one's exterminating them to keep them weak or whatever they do. What if it was just like that thing that lives on the moon in One Punch Man? You know, that giant, like, skinny thing? Garfield's the new Void Hunter.
My diary?
I mean, now that I think about it, Harumasa's kind of already like Garfield. Like, I can absolutely see him being like, oh, I hate Mondays. They can eat the moon cheese. Like Wallace and Gromit. Cheese, Gromit.
Don't worry. I just got here. I didn't read your diary.
Smooth cover-wise. Don't worry. I didn't read it. I didn't read anything. I mean, you have a diary? He hates every day if there's work. Honestly, big mood.
If it's you, I don't really mind. It's just trivial everyday things anyway. Nothing special.
Before she finishes speaking, another familiar voice comes from behind.
Oh, you're both here. Perfect. I was just about had to go looking for you. Xiaoguang, about what happened at the meeting, Shifu asked us to pass on her apology.
I know. She's only being strict because she cares. I understand that.
Haru has literal super cancer and can somehow do better than some Defense Force guys. Well, that's because he's a Quincy from Bleach. He's like Stern Ritter H. There's a music video of Harumasa and the rest of Section 6 as Cats 2, so this really confirms that Harumasa is the Garfield of ZZZ. That's like my new clickbait video for Zenless. It's like, Harumasa, the Garfield of Zenless? With me doing like some dumb reaction face like, Harumasa Garfield confirmed? A hint of sadness flickers across Ye Xinguang's face, but she quickly pushes it down, replacing it with that polite, well-behaved smile of hers, just like nothing ever happened.
Anyway, thank you, both of you, for worrying about me.
Xiaoguang, I've been meaning to tell you. You don't always have to be the understanding one. It's all right to feel bothered, to feel sad. Anyone would. I would, if I were in your situation.
3 a.m. gone wrong. Use the Vine Boom sound effect all the time.
Those feelings are perfectly normal. Nothing to be ashamed of. So, remember, you don't have to carry all of it alone, okay?
Harumasa 3 a.m. lasagna gone wrong? Gone sexual?
Thank you, really. I get it. Don't worry, I'm okay.
Alright. Shifu also asked us to do something else. A little test for you, actually. She just wants to make sure your memory's still doing fine. Just answer whatever feels right, okay?
Uh-huh? A test? Alright, then.
Who are you, and what is your name?
I don't know everything you two have been through.
70
so I'll
red
let you do
arrows
the
and
asking.
circles on the screen.
Just 3 questions will be enough.
And just like a picture of some random woman in a bikini that does not show up in the video at all.
Alright, first question. What did we have back at Yamcha Scene?
I mean, that feels like a question that somebody might just genuinely not remember. What did we have for dinner 3 weeks ago? Like, I don't fucking know.
The Moonbell Osmanthus cakes, made with the very first golden blossoms picked this morning. Soft, sweet, and melt right in your mouth. They go perfectly with tea.
Okay, I just asked what we ate. I didn't tell you to, like, recite the ad. Ben in a mankini. You are the youngest person ever. No, I'm 30. That means I'm going to die soon, according to the internet.
I also asked you if memories are like tea leaves that fall to the bottom of the cup, so deep that they never surface again. And you told me that memories aren't reflections in a teacup.
What did you have for
and that the tea
breakfast?
leaves can still
Me,
float back
water.
up if something stirs them one day.
What's up, Yendru? Welcome in. Good to see you. I don't know when I've last had breakfast. I'm usually not awake for breakfast. My typical thing is I will have coffee and then I'll have dinner and that's pretty much it. I'm eating like one meal a day basically. What's the name of the guy who walked past us on the street a month ago? Curse of 60 plus more years to your lifespan. Oh God. I don't want to live to be 90. That's terrible. No one has ever seen a 90-year-old who is happy to be alive. Like, they're always just sitting there like, until some grandkid or somebody comes up and is like, "Hi, hey, Grandma, it's me. Remember?" And they're like, it's like we're not meant to live that long. I usually go for early brunch or wait till lunch. Yeah, I'm not hungry when I wake up. It usually takes a few hours. Xiaoguang with Dial-In or whatever her name was low-key crazy because you can do 3 ultimates in a row. Yeah, I considered pulling for Dial-In just for that, but I don't know. I didn't really like most of her other stuff, so I was like, do I really want to play as her for just that?
Looks like you got the first one right. So let's move on to question 2.
When you were doing fortune reading for everyone, what role were you pretending to be?
The acting temple master. And Bolion was there helping out, and then I ran into you.
Right again. Now on to the final question.
And the last one. What do you like to be called the most?
Wait, isn't this question a bit too sudden?
Is it wise? I don't think I should say this in front of Jufufu. No, come on, it's the last question. Just answer. What do you like to be called the most? Filthy whore? No, not that one. The other thing. The other one that you like to be called.
I know the answer to this one. It's that. You know, that.
Senior?
Couldn't quite catch that. Say it a little louder.
How would Jufufu know that? You know, she's got her tiger hearing. She can hear everything on the summit or something. Call me mommy. That would be a crazy thing for a character to say in this game.
It's Senior. Aw, you're teasing me again.
Especially, what if it was like Fufu who said that? She's like, I want to be called mommy. You're like, I don't know about that.
Perfect. Seems like your memory's just fine. That really puts my mind at ease.
That's not really how memory tests work, by the way. You don't just ask random shit. Like...
It's getting late, so I'll head out first.
Spending money always feels so good.
Banyue says that on a trust event. He says he wants to be called mommy. Call me mommy. Yo, Brandon, thank you for the Prime sub. 17 months. That's a lot of months. Hey, that's a lot of months. What's the matter, you? Well, yes, thank you. 1 more month, and that's 2 babies. Yeah, so you knew that. It's crazy how there's actual dialogue this time. Banyue's learning the local lingo day by day. He's like, Wise, I was told that you have to have Riz nowadays if you want to be called mommy. Is this true? We're getting biologically factual in chat here. That's right. Well, this is a science stream at the end of the day. Imagine going, how many fingers am I holding up to someone who doesn't need glasses and holding your fingers directly in your face? It's like an old Three Stooges bit. You're like, how many fingers am I holding up? And then you poke them in the eyes. Banyue panicked when he was called daddy because he thought he had kids. That's wild. Imagine being a robot and being like, oh my god, do I have kids? After Jufufu says her goodbyes, she leaves the room. Now it's just you and Ye Guang, and somehow the air feels a little... different. Just as you're about to come up with an excuse to head back to your room, Xiao Guang calls out to you. Hype train incoming somehow. What? From one sub? Alright. Well, that's cool. Hype train it is, I guess. If you guys want some, you know, some new emotes, now's the time, I guess. Some girl did that to me when I was in, like, 3rd grade, and I bit her hand and got in trouble for it. course. It's the stream where we ask ourselves how many shots of hot sauce and wine can one man take over the course of 24 hours. The wine wasn't so bad, honestly. The hot sauce was a mistake. That was a terrible idea. Did I reproduce without my knowledge? Hell yeah, one-man hype train. That's right. That's what they called you back in high school. And now I will stand on one leg, as requested. Who knows what happens when you power off? I haven't had the chance to thank you properly yet. Thanks for having my back at the meeting. Sure. I didn't really say anything. Thanks to you, I found the courage to say I want to join the investigation out loud. For me, this is already a huge step forward. I sound pretty useless, right? Where's the option for me to say yes? Tiago, thank you for the hydrate. Don't be mean. I don't want to be mean, but like, I don't know, man. She's gotta stand up for herself. What's up, Kenny? Good to see you. All right, 10 calf lifts on the same leg. Okay, one leg. This is tricky. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo! Started to get a cramp in my hip from doing that. That's how you guys know I'm really old. When you get hip cramps. Just got home from dinner. Gonna be doing some ZZZ grinding for the reruns coming up. Fair enough. What'd you have for dinner? I know that Shifu and everyone at Yunquei Summit actually care about me a lot, but I can't help but feel they're treating me like I'm glass that'll break at the slightest touch. Texas Roadhouse? Ooh, hell yeah. Texas Roadhouse is the shit. What's your go-to when you get Texas Roadhouse? What's your go-to order? They carefully wipe me clean. I know you're going for the like glass metaphor, but you shouldn't talk about other people at Yunquei Summit wiping you. That's very weird. But rather than being protected, I want to stand by everyone's side. Chicken critters with a Caesar salad and baked potatoes. Nice. I do, I do a 6-ounce sirloin with 2 orders of French fries. And a side of ranch to go with the fries. It's delicious. And strat for you, if you ever get the steak there, using a little bit of the cinnamon butter that comes with the rolls on your steak, it's super good. Little sweet, little savory. That's a pretty selfish way of thinking, isn't it? Everyone's just trying to help me. Sorry for the rant. And I need to do that next time. It's a banger. That's usually what I do. Alright, thank you. Oh yeah, haven't you been practicing Yunquei Summit techniques lately? If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I'll guide you through it step by step. Ah, I didn't realize it was this late already. Well, I won't take up any more of your time then. See you tomorrow? Yep, see you tomorrow. Alright, that's 5 minutes, so I will sit down again. Xiaoguang waves energetically at you, her smile looking especially gentle in the moonlight. Where's the option to slam a metal chair over her head as hard as possible? Warning, this chapter has tons of yapping, so feel free to skim here and there if you feel like it. Yeah, I mean, I figured last chapter I remember had so much fucking talking in it. Usually by the end of the stream is when I'm just like, alright, let's just speed it up a little. After saying goodbye to Zhao Guang, you head back to your room to rest. Okay. So, while I'm here, how do I do the, Also, this chapter is double the time of regular chapter? Jesus Christ. I'm gonna be playing this for like 5 streams. Meek is trying to get out of doing 50 push-ups. Oh, Meek, that's not being a good chat member. There isn't a rule to say I can't double it. You know what? I'll say it right now. There is a rule you're not supposed to do that. Go to the normal character walking screen. Click. Okay. And then outpost. Saving up pulls to get a rerun for Anby and their Wenjin. Thankfully, the reruns are 100% guaranteed. Oh, like if you do a rerun, you're guaranteed the S rank. Yo, hell yeah. Fucking. I see. Alright, that's good enough. Yeah, for the upcoming rerun banner. Okay, that's cool. That's nice of them. You know, think about a week or less. I want to get Alice. Alice might not be a bad choice for me as well, since I basically don't have, Can I just have 3 bends? Fuck it. Just that. Oh my god. Good enough. No approval required. Approval required, invitation only. I'll just do no approval required. And just in case people join who don't know, I can do... There. Alright. There you go. Type Ben until it hits word limit. You can add tags such as Ben tags. No, it's a banner with a few rerun characters. That banner doesn't share pity, but it guarantees a limited agent. Ah, I see. Plus, I dig Sam Slade's performance as Anby. Yeah, she is good. She does a good job. Which, I mean, I've really enjoyed pretty much everybody in the game. I think everyone did a good job. I joined. Damn, you guys are fast. Leaders and managers can manage members with lower ranks. Edit codenames, remove members. A codename is a proxy's personal identifier. Okay. Cool. proxy performed 10 signal searches. Okay, so this is like just kind of a rank or an update thing for people in here. Alright. Is there anything else I need to do here, or is this like, is this pretty much it? Name us all Benlings. Alright, well. Either way, that's done. Intel board. What? Okay, so this was the thing you guys were talking about. Complete the commission by clearing the specified expert challenge once. Okay. What are these rewards? Okay. Edit content in post-commission. 3 types of delegated commissions are now available. Notorious Hunt, Expert Challenge, Hard Commission. You can chat with fellow Outpost members in the game. Vulcan will make an announcement on Discord shortly. You can make us do your farming. That's crazy. Hard commissions. Okay. Then expert challenge. Oh, these are for the things you can fight, like with your batteries. A Notorious Hunt, that's the weekly one, right? Okay, interesting. It's like slavery, but optional. Okay, well. Commission challenge times. Challenge 1 times. Well, I think I probably need to fight him to get the stuff for what's her face. I'm gonna use Zhao. She's okay with Miyabi and Lycon. Alright. Well, that's one thing posted. Can I just post this 3 times? Why not? Okay. Interesting. That is a strange mechanic. Oh my god. You guys are already going nuts in the chat. Is it? Okay. Just tons of emotes. Okay. Alright, well, I hope you guys have fun with that. She's made for Ye Xingguang. Well, I'll have to do some farming then to make her playable. Because right now I haven't done anything for her. So she's not going to be very good. After a busy day, you quickly drift into sweet dreams. Then, while deep in sleep, you suddenly hear someone calling my name. What? Shifting tense in the middle of the sentence. In the end, you're reluctantly dragged in the end, you reluctantly dragged yourself out of bed.
It's already so late. Who in the world would come looking for me now? Did I really see that? That shadowy figure? Was it
Be happy
just
to join
my
the
imagination?
outpost when I have time later tonight to get
Whatever.
on the game.
I'll just follow it and see
Yeah.
what's going on.
You are all welcome to join. I don't know how much I'm actually gonna like interact with it, but I
There's nothing here.
do find it interesting.
This is Swabian Temple. No evil spirit would dare show up here. It's probably just a thief.
Thanks for giving Benry Nation an outpost. Yeah, of course. I do what I
There's a cat
can.
over there. I'll go take a look.
Yo, what up, Garf? He doesn't actually look that much like Garfield. It's kind of a weird pattern on that cat. He do be fat, though. There's a thick-ass boy. This is the chubby orange cat that Xiao Guang saved when I first met her. Seems like this little one saw something. How would you know that, Wise? 'Cause right now, it just looks like a regular cat doing normal stuff. Behind me. Does a triple backflip and lands it. Just like for fun. It's like that post where it was like, I come out to my parents as gay and they flip. And then just like, he walks out, he's like, Mom, Dad, I'm gay. And then they actually just do a flip. When your descriptor is chonky. Oh.
Is someone there?
Junior. Finally, we meet again.
Wait, I know you.
Surprised? Thought I was your sweet, well-behaved senior? Too bad. The one standing here now is a beast who just wants to survive. I've been waiting for you
Okay.
for such a long time, my dear Junior.
Jane. She does have that feel to her. Yeah. Oh, Benry, did you see the free Jane Doe skin? I did. It's like a bathing suit kind of thing, right? YSG's topside has appeared. Yo, what's up, Cyrene? Welcome in. Good to see you. You two fish capades. Look of absolute disgust on Wise gets me every time. Wise did not look happy. Wise is, too pure. He doesn't know how to deal with sexually aggressive women. Yo, Fem, thank you so much for the raid. Very much appreciated. If you guys are not already following Fem Seagrim, go check them out. They're very cool. We've played Repo and other fun stuff together, and it's always a good time. Good to see you. It's been a minute. I've been trying not to die in my bed like a 1600s child with consumption. Playing Fallout New Vegas. Nice. From Belle, she seemed
Spending money
less
always
scared.
feels
Wise
so
seemed
good.
scared out of fear. Wise is afraid of pussy. I be lurking. Hell yeah, dog. Yo, Fem, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. Very much appreciated. 4 months. That's a lot of months. That's almost halfway to a baby. Which is apparently how we measure time on this stream. Imagine going to go prep to get banned from the last casino in New Vegas and crashing. Damn. Bummer. Yeah, I mean, I remember playing New Vegas before they had all the all the like fixes and patches from people who fixed the game for Bethesda. That shit would crash all the time. It was insane. Consumption, dang, I wish I could rock that dying Victorian child look. It's pretty easy. You just don't eat for like a week and a half. That's pretty much what I did. I genuinely was so sick. I didn't eat anything more than like a Pop-Tart for probably a week. Which is really interesting. It's crazy how little the human body can survive on when you just don't really care to eat. I haven't installed the fixes. The only mod I have lets me go to the Sierra Madre again. Well, that's playing a dangerous game. So hello, I'm glad you're okay. Yeah, I'm glad to be better too. I was sick for like a month straight. It was terrible. Thank you, Vulcan, for the stretch and the hydrate. Damn, not even any fruit popsicles. Those are my go-to when I'm feeling incredibly ill. No, I mostly, like, I had a super terrible headache, and, I don't know, like, I was congested, and my nose was also running the whole time. I just, like, did not want to be awake. So I would wake up, immediately be like, meh, and then try to go back to sleep. But those days are over now, and I'm alive. Hopefully feeling better now. Yes, if I would not be here if I were not feeling better, because it was rough. I'll send cat pics to help give healing vibes. Ooh. I am always down for cat pics. Benry Nation lives on. Benry Nation will live long past when I do. I will die at 35 of a cold, and you guys will just continue living on for me. Pop-Tarts are a national treasure, clearly. I mean, they're pretty good when you just want something fast before you lose your appetite. Because that was the thing, I was like, I don't feel hungry enough to eat real food, but sometimes I'd be like, I'm a little hungry. So then I would just eat like 1/2 of a Pop-Tart and then be like, okay, that's good enough, and go back to sleep. Anyway. It's he's like, is that you? Yeah, of course it's her. It looks exactly like her, just with like white hair.
Wait, is it really you?
Xiaoguang. Oh, you mean that naive,
I like that her
sweet
name
girl
changed
who's always
into
ready
Ye
to
Xinguang.
sacrifice herself for others? The one who never says no, no matter what. Tell me, do you want me to be her?
I get. I don't know.
Well,
Who are
it
you?
doesn't matter what you think. I am part of her. Always have been. We were never apart.
Benry, do you have any particular memories from recording lines you found funny, or will legal hang you for sharing? As long as it's stuff that's like in the game, I can talk about it. The one that really was funny to me is, Ben's line when you use his special and then he does the spin. He has the one where he goes, hey, 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 when we were originally recording that line, it was back when we were still using the original Chinese audio as reference before we caught up and then just started kind of doing it ourselves. And the director, Michael Schwalbe, was like, Yeah, we don't have any reference for this. I'm not sure exactly what it's supposed to be, what it's supposed to sound like. So give me one that's like, hey, hey, hey. And I was like, that's just Fat Albert. And he started laughing, and he was like, ah, shit, you're right, it is Fat Albert. And so then the lady who was on the session from MiHoYo, who was, like, answering our questions and stuff, he was like, Zhao, would that be okay if we do that? And she was like, what is this? And he was like, it's from like a cartoon. It's called Fat Albert. It's just like, just like an American cartoon. And she's like, this is like a good reference that people would like. And he was like, yeah, I think so. And she's like, yeah, okay. So we did do a take where instead of the hey, 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 it was like, hey, 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 like, and they didn't end up using that one, which is a bummer. But somewhere out there is a version of that line that's like Fat Albert style. So yeah, that was the one that I remember the most. There was another line, I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was like a big long line somewhere in the middle of the Bellabog story. And I don't remember exactly what it was, but somehow I tripped over the word. So I accidentally said, like, instead of did he do that or whatever, if that's the line, I accidentally said, like, diddly do that, like Ned Flanders. And, yeah, we all kind of laughed about that one, but in our hearts, that's what Ben is always saying. Someone will find a way to mod it in. I mean, people break these Hoyo games open so fast, I'm surprised there isn't, like, alternate mod voice packs from lines that they just didn't put in the game yet.
Could it be your split personality?
If that makes it easier for you, feel free to think of me as such. I'm the one she hides under that perfect obedient mask. The one she refuses to admit exists, but can't erase her other half.
So this is just Ye Xingguang as a dom instead of a sub.
If she's the light, then I'm her shadow. If she's the saint high above, then I'm the one crawling through the dirt. She's willing to use that sword, that cursed power, to save everyone, to play the hero. Funny.
Why do both siblings have their dark sides? I mean, mental illness is genetic, so I guess maybe bipolar or borderline personality or whatever they call it now. Multiple personality disorder. Guess it just runs in the family. I think they got a little looser by the time Lighter came around because Alex apparently just flubbed a line and they kept it. Yeah, they definitely relaxed more after we caught up with the Chinese audio. They kind of started to relax because, like, at first they were really insistent on, like, no, you got to try and copy it exactly. So I'd have to listen to the Chinese and try to, like, pretty much match it tone for tone. But once we caught up, they were like, well, we don't have any reference, so just kind of do what you want. And I think that really helped the personality of the characters. Because, we didn't have to stay as rigidly in what the previous actors had already done. We could kind of play around with it. Which led to some things where, like if the line was like, don't do that, right? You could say that a bunch of different ways. So we would do one take that's like, don't do that. And then one take that's like, don't do that, like just changing it up a little bit so we'd have options. And I think that's part of what makes the dub of this game really good, is that they let the English people kind of have the freedom to make their decisions for the characters, even if it's not exactly one-to-one with the original, because then you get funny little interesting stuff like that. Apparently Belle dyes her hair because her eyebrows are gray. I saw that. It's very strange. I mean, it's not strange that she dyes her hair. I dye my hair. But it's interesting that the gray is genetic. Like Steve Martin.
But me? I just want to live.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I wish more productions were willing to do that kind of stuff. Because a lot of productions are a little more stiff on that sort of thing. But if you give your voice actors room to mess around and do what they think might sound funny or extra sad or whatever, then you can get some special performances.
How can you save others when you can't even save yourself? It's all just a story people make up to feel moved by their own sacrifice. The stupidest lie ever told.
The hell are you even talking about? Looking old is genetic. That is true. I mean, that's why there's the whole thing like black don't crack, Asian don't raisin. It's, just genetically.
I can't agree with that. Xiaoguang's wish to help others isn't some kind of fake sentiment. It's genuine.
Did you fall for the Japanese propaganda and discover Uma Musume? I played Uma Musume for a little while on, it was my 24-hour stream that I did a little while back for my streamiversary. I played Uma Musume because that was one of our goals on the stream. And I didn't really get into it very much, but I let people chat. I let people in the chat gamble on whether the horses would win or not. So that was kind of fun. Yeah, as long as you're matching the character's personality and fitting something that would match them, let the VAs loose. Yeah, I mean, it's good to have the directors to be there to be like, that's too far in one direction, or, try it like this or whatever, but I think in general stifling options is always a bad idea, because options mean you have choices that you can make. There were so many Arararara haters. It's because she sucked ass. The Japanese version of the game versus global is like showing a cell phone to a Victorian-era child. Is the Japanese version, like, way more advanced or something?
You're really protective of her, aren't you? I like it. No wonder she thinks you're so special. But let me tell you something. Every chosen heir of the Qingming sword is expected to become a hero. And yet, people are selfish by nature. Behind every noble reason hides an ugly truth. People want heroes. They raise their banners high, but all they really want is someone else to take the fall. A shield to stand in front of them. Someone to die in their place.
Whenever there's a character like this who has, like, split personality or whatever the fuck, it just makes me think of Afro Samurai with Ninja. Although I recently read through all of Immortal Hulk, and that is like so much to do with split personalities. But that was a super good book, super interesting all the way through. It was fantastic. One of the best comics I've ever read. And it was a thick-ass comic, too, because it was the entire Immortal Hulk series. The Omnibus is a hardcover book that's like 2,000 pages. The Japanese version is 4 years ahead of global. You can get like 100 in a stat without using a turn. That is crazy. 4 years ahead is insane.
But when that hero burns out, when she's spent everything she has, what then? Oh, they'll build a monument, offer flowers, shed a few pretty tears, write poems about her glory. And then they'll wait for the next fool to pick up the sword.
Ben
to
needs a
become the
split
new
personality where he
hero.
turns white and is terrible at his job. That would be very strange to come out of nowhere. Yeah, he gets a split personality, and his other personality just like gambles all the money that they're supposed to use for their Bellabog projects.
No one ever cares about the person beneath that title. The one who bleeds, who trembles, who cries.
Opens with him in the casino, and he's like, "Put it all on black."
So tell me, if one day that hero stood before everyone and said, "It hurts, I can't do this anymore, I just want to live," what do you think would happen?
People would understand, right? Everyone has the right to choose for themselves.
You really are just as naive as she is.
The Yi Xingguang before you suddenly leans in, her breath warm against your ear.
The truth is, from the moment that sword chose me, I knew exactly what I wanted. To be anything but a hero. I refuse to die before the world does.
Bitch, how old do you think you're gonna live to? Ye Xingguang's fingertips brush lightly against your cheek, bringing a slight chill. With a half smile, she gives you a teasing look, her lips curving in that sly, knowing way. The entire patch is convincing Ben to stop gambling, and the only way to do that is beat him at every table. Honestly, though, if they had like a poker minigame, that would be fire. I would play the shit out of that event. If you could do like blackjack and 5-card stud, that'd be sick. With the dementia sword, she's not hitting 30. Well, you know, sometimes you get what you get.
Oh, did I scare you? Don't worry. I just needed some air. She'll be back very soon. How about I let you in on a little secret?
Is
This
her
outfit,
hair see-through now?
I picked it out for her. Pretty, isn't it?
What the fuck? She's hitting the rocks at the bottom of the sea. Luigi's Casino minigame. That was a pretty sick minigame. I played Mario 64 in that like Mario 3D collection or whatever, and I found myself missing those minigames so bad. And being able to play as Luigi and Wario and all that, that's the version they should have put in there in the first place, to be honest.
Looks like it's about time. She's waking up. Guess we'll talk again soon.
Hold on. I still have a lot of questions to ask you.
Like, why do you have quotation marks around your name? And also, are you gonna dom me or what? Before you can finish your sentence, it's as if the white-haired Xiao Guang suddenly shuts down, her eyes fluttering shut. A moment later, the familiar Xiao Guang finally returns.
Wise? What happened to me?
Nothing really. Ad's done. Yeah, that was pretty fast. Wait, I could have sworn I just fell asleep? I like the Nintendo bit where they added every character except for Waluigi. Yeah, as usual. I was bummed by that. I was like, Yoshi instead of Waluigi? Alright, fine, whatever. My boy deserves a shot at his own game. Or at least, like, a playable slot in some game. That isn't just Mario Party or, like, Mario Tennis or things like that. Am I dreaming? Ah, Junior, you're here too. Sleepwalk? I don't think so. So sleepy. I should head back and get some rest. Night-night. But you didn't... You're not going anywhere. You said you should go to bed, but now you're not going to bed. Okay. It seems like you guys went through those missions mad quick. Huh. That's interesting. So, does that mean that this is like done for the week, or is this just extra and then I can do this on my own as well? Like, are you doing it instead of me, or is it something I can do as well? You can just keep posting as long as you have battery. You can do that on your own too. Interesting. So you can, like, kind of get yourself double rewards per week this way. Interesting. What are these commissions? Liars and traitors. Grace's Frankenstein. Like, what is this stuff? You can also post the hard version of story commissions. For this, we need to replay parts of the story. I see. We can post stuff for you to do, and then we all benefit together. Those you only need to fight a few bosses. Okay. I see. And this costs battery. I see. This doesn't cost battery? Interesting. Well, I think I need more of these. I'll just... Oh, alright. Because I think Zhao also uses that. Yeah, it has limits per week, but at least members can help, which they get rewards. Yeah, it is a cool idea. That's neat. It's also cool that they have, like... Okay. It is also neat that they've got something that, like, actually gives you an incentive, because I feel like a lot of clan stuff in video games typically is just, like, kind of boring, or, like, there's not really a point to it. Like, in Call of Duty or whatever, I would always join a clan, and then I was just like, there's no reason for me to be in here, you know? Wish they expand the member lists more, but this is a good start. Yeah, it's only, what, like 50 per thing? It does seem relatively small. But I think for our little group, it'll be alright. I'm in one with like 60 as the limit. It expands at level 10. Okay. How do we level up the outposts? Do we just have to do quests and stuff? 100 is the max if you reach a certain level of the outpost. We spam the chat. Well, you guys are on the way for that one. After all that running around, you quickly drift off to sleep. Wow, that's that was a part of the quest that really just was all talking. Damn, you guys are fast. Wait, what is that? Schedule? Oh, that's just for the game. I see. The highest for Vulcan is 70 members outpost. I just enjoy helping since I can get stuff, but also stress test my team without spending any stamina. That is smart. Yeah, I didn't think about that as a plus. We love optional labor. Time for some optional labor. What's going on? You look like you've got something on your mind. About Xiaoguang, I wanted to ask you. Oh, it's about Xiaoguang? Go ahead and ask. I'll answer to the best of my ability. Does Xiaoguang sleepwalk a lot? And also, like, change her hair color and, you know, her, personality? Huh? Sleepwalk? No way. Xiaoguang is usually so quiet when she sleeps, I've never seen her sleepwalk before. But with everything that's been going down lately, she must be under a lot of pressure, too. If something's happened, it should just be temporary. Could it be the Qingming sword? You've got a point. If the Qingming sword is behind this, then we've got a serious problem. Just to be safe, I better check with Shifu. I'll let you know what she says. Changing her hair like this. Dude, I wish changing your hair color was that easy. I mean, dyeing your hair is pretty easy. Like, I do think the process I do is pretty simple, but imagine if you could just, like, snap your fingers and then it was different. I like helping my friends with stuff. I never tend to be online much to help some, but I've done 2 of your expert challenges. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Every time I'm done cooking up a new team, I think of that one meme where it's just a picture of a horrendous stew captioned, I just cooked up some bullshit. My body is a machine that turns water into pee. Hell yeah. What's up, Valviant? Welcome in. Good to see you. That reminds me of that post where it was like somebody who, it was like 6 or 7 big containers, like Tupperware, probably like, you know, that tall, that wide, and all of them were full of pasta, and it was just, somebody posted and they were like, I just made 15 servings of the most dog shit pasta I've ever eaten. Because they were trying to, like, meal prep. My body is a machine that turns booze into car keys. How many containers? Listen, I am too old for the 6-7 memes. I don't get it. I do not care. I am old. Alright? I will never be part of the 6-7 trend. 6-7 is the new 21. I don't know about that. I'm glad I was able to help for your commissions. If you ever post any more commissions, I might hop on since I do my usual gotcha dailies. Yeah, no worries. I appreciate the help, Roxas. God, this joke needs to die. I mean, it's just not even like a joke. I don't get it. And like, I get people who are like, it's the absurdity of the joke. Just that 6-7 is, you know, it's funny because it's a number with no meaning, and it's like, but that's not funny. It's just nothing. Not as good as 69, because at least 69 has a meaning. Yeah. I saw children saying that, and I live in Brazil. Yeah, no, it's wild. My niece in her preschool class said 6-7 in place of cheese for their class photo. That's crazy. And I bet those kids are going to look back as adults and be like, why did our teacher go along with that? Like, why didn't they just have us do cheese? I don't know. I'm old man yells at cloud territory at this point. Whoa. Lag.
Hello again,
Oh my god,
everyone.
she turned into a comic.
Remember me? I'm Jill from Krampus Compliance Authority. Yep, that Judgment Division of Tops. The one that makes all the bad guys run for cover.
Why is she cutting like a wrestling promo? Like she's like, oh yeah, I'm Zhao from Krampus Compliance Authority. I'm gonna take you down and give you a hell of a beating. It should be a Ben line where he just screams in abstract horror at how much he has to pay in tax. Well, that would come straight from my life experience, because every time I have to pay taxes, I'm like, bro, what the fuck is this? How did I make no money and still owe this much money?
And this lovely young lady must be the rising star of Youngkoi Summit.
Okay, she's just not gonna say that rest of that part.
The current keeper of the Qingming sword herself. We've never really had the chance to properly get acquainted, have we?
You're not even looking at her.
Hello. I'm Yashunguang. It's nice to meet you, Miss Zhao from Krampus.
Honestly, the honor's all mine. Finally meeting the legend
What is she
herself
holding?
in person.
Just random presents.
You know, there are people out there secretly placing bets that you'll become new Eridu's next
She
void
got eyes at the
hunter.
back of her head. Yeah, it's because she's a prey animal, so she can see like 280 degrees or whatever. Yo, what is this bitch tripping about? For real. Also, every time I see Zhao, I just feel like that amulet on her chest is like an Omnitrix. Because it really looks like one.
They're saying stuff like, she'll be the one to restore Youngkoi Summit's former glory and all that.
What? Oh, I'm not that amazing. I just...
Oh, no need to be modest. For someone as gifted and talented as you, someone who turns heads just by walking in the crowd...
Okay, I'm gonna
being
be for
too
real, I've never
modest
watched
could be
Ben 10.
considered arrogance.
I mean, it was good when I was a kid. I don't know that it's still worth watching as an adult, but it had some pretty cool stuff when you were a kid and you haven't watched that much. And the follow-up series, was it? It's like Ben 10 Alien Force or something. The one where he was like a teenager, that one was pretty cool. But it was certainly a pretty good cartoon of the time.
Please don't say things like that.
I would watch it
Kidding.
along
Don't
with
take it too seriously.
Teen Titans,
Still, you're the chosen one, aren't you?
Ben 2099. They did do kind of a storyline of that, where it's like Ben 10,000, I think was his name, and he was like Ben from the future where he grew up and figured out how to use the Omnitrix to like beat any alien.
And we also have Mr. Wise here. Lovely to see you again, too.
Is it me, or does Miss Zhao seem a little different today?
Aw, looks like you're still getting to know me. My attitude always depends on the relationship, you know.
Ah, so you're like kind of a duplicitous weirdo.
Like today.
Good to know.
I came all bunch of carefully chosen gifts just to see you guys. But aside from these little goodies, I also brought something you'll definitely want. Information about Mr. Ye Shuyan.
You mean my brother?
No, the other Yeshuen. It's crazy hearing how Wise says Zhao's name versus everyone else. Yeah, it's like Xiao. It's kind of like a CS kind of sound, like Xiao. Sort of like that, I guess. Xiao. I don't know. Can't do it.
So, tell me, don't I make a pretty great guest?
I don't know what's in the
You
presents.
said you have news about my brother? Wait, do you actually know where he is?
Don't get all worked up, Missy. Rushing won't get you anywhere. But your instincts are spot on. I do happen to
What's
have
in
a
the
lead on your
box?
brother's whereabouts.
Where is he? Please tell me.
Well, that's not very professional of you. In our line of work, it all comes down to equal exchange. I give
The
you
law of
what you
equivalent
want, and
exchange
you
states
give
that
me what I want. Fair, efficient, and perfectly transparent. Barging in and asking for something before offering a trade? That's some questionable manners, don't you think?
I'm sorry.
She's just really worried. It's her brother we're talking about. So, what's your condition? What do you want from us?
How about the condition is you tell us what you know, and she won't kick you across the room because you're 3 feet tall.
Now we're talking, Proxy. A new unknown area has appeared in Lemnian Hollow, and I'm heading there to investigate.
Fucking
That's how I
Pokeball ass
understand.
headgear.
An unknown area.
Correct. And to sweeten the deal, I'll throw in a bonus. According to the latest observation data, the area covered by Lemnian Hollow has expanded by approximately 0.002%, accompanied by abnormal miasma activity. This occurred right after your battle with Yeshuyan
Her
ended.
brother's a B word. I mean, so far he seems to have kind of bitch energy.
So, my theory is that there's some kind of abnormal miasma in that newly emerged unknown area, which is causing Lemnian Hollow to expand. I need your help investigating it.
But why me? If you need help from a proxy, I get that, but what can I do for you?
Ye Guang's weird arm ribbons annoy me. 'Cause, like, they're just, like, attached, like, on a weird belt thing. Like, they don't offer anything. They're just hanging there.
Because you're the current keeper of the Qingming Sword. And I've heard a few interesting tidbits from Dylan. Like how the Qingming Sword reacts oddly near the hollow steps. And how it was the sword's power that ultimately saved Yeshu Yuan. Also,
Sure.
did those white flowers that appeared in Wai-Fei cause a strange reaction from the sword? Like some sort of resonance.
That's right. The Qingming sword started trembling when we came into contact with those flowers. Wait, how did you know?
Valviant with the Full Metal Alchemist copy pasta. Those Pokeballs weigh 100 pounds, so she does more damage when she jumps people. Honestly, a surefire way to make me hype every single time is to do the, like, weighted clothing thing, but have the weighted clothing be massively heavy. Blew my absolute fucking mind in Naruto when Rock Lee drops his weights for the first time and they just, like, destroy the entire arena. That shit was the coolest when I was a kid. Especially because they kept doing that as it went on. Like the movie where he went with Naruto to some snow place and he took his weights off, and this time they were like steel rods. He threw them up into the air and they all made a giant crater in the ground. That shit was amazing. Because then he used some of them as nunchucks and then like a bow staff. So cool. Every time. Go, my dementia sword. This is a level 1 ethereal we're up against. Why did Zhao Guang ult against a bunch of basic ethereals or whatever? Yeah, I mean, honestly, there is a problem with having her as a playable character because it's like, the more you fight, the more you're gonna go crazy. And it's like, maybe we shouldn't be sending her to deal with all these basic fuckers that anybody could beat.
I'm just connecting the dots on what we know so far. If my guess is right, the power of that sword, this new area, and the entire Lemnian Hollow are all connected somehow. And those strange white flowers may just be related to the abnormal miasma causing this expansion. So, I need you, Missy, and our brilliant proxy friend here to join me. Of course, as payment, I'll give you the exact coordinates where your brother was last seen. I spotted him right at the edge of that new area.
Okay, but also, like, what if you pay me in actual money, too? Shit, I realized I copied the wrong quote. I wanted to do the narrator intro.
All right,
Yeah,
I'll
close
do it.
enough.
That's a decisive answer. What about you, Proxy?
I want to say yes, but Xiaoguang's health. Yishuan Shifu warned us more than once not to let her get near anything that could trigger the Qingming sword again.
I'm fine, Junior. You tested me before, remember? My memory's perfectly normal. I've already asked Senior Fufu and the others. None of them have found any trace of my brother. This might just be my best shot.
At first, Stanley thought he had won his 50-50, but upon waiting, he was met with this insightful dialogue and slammed his controller against the desk.
I understand where you're coming from, but this is too risky.
Is that like Stanley
I need to think
Parable?
it over. Miss Zhao, what if it's me and a few
Miss
other
Zhou.
Yunhui Summit disciples
Zhou.
who go with you instead of Xiaoguang?
Not an option. Observing the connection between that hollow area and the Qingming sword is part of my research. My terms are non-negotiable. Looks like you two aren't exactly on the same page yet. That's all right. I'm patient. I can wait. And don't worry, I never force a deal.
You are a liar. It's the Stanley Parable with the jumping DLC.
So, if you decide you do want to work with me, come and find me at the cable car station. I'll be waiting there for your good news.
Stanley Parable is so fun. It was such a good game. Really want someone to hire the narrator for like 5 lines in a random game and he gets super egotistical in his lines as a bit. That would be interesting to do a game kind of like the Stanley Parable, where like the narrator is a meta part of the game, except like the narrator is really sensitive. So he starts changing things because he just like wants more screen time.
Proxy, you're smart, I can tell. I'm sure you'll make the most reasonable choice.
Zhao turns to leave, but before walking out, she shoots you a knowing look. Before you can figure out what that means, Yu Xingguang speaks up, her voice tight with urgency.
I know you still have concerns, but this lead means everything to me. Don't worry. If Yishuan Shifu finds out and punishes us, I'll take full responsibility.
Brother, it's not about punishment. You're gonna lose your fucking mind.
Please, I need this.
Do you know how expensive my hourly rate is? You should know how lucky this game is to have me narrate this scene. What would be crazy is if you could get, like, Sam Jackson to do it.
I don't care if I get punished. What matters to me is your health condition. We know too little about the Qingming sword. We can't take blind risks.
You know, before my brother left, I think I heard him say something.
Like, he's like, motherfucker, I'm normally doing movies. You think I give a shit about this stupid game? You're not even paying me enough.
He said he'd save me. So I think maybe that's why he left without telling anyone why. Maybe it's because of me. But here I am, pretending nothing happened. Stuck here in safety, waiting, praying.
Stanley,
doing
this is
nothing.
me being serious. In fact, this is my serious room. It's where I come. Hmm?
I don't want to be the fragile doll hiding in a glass house everyone keeps locked away anymore. I want to give something back. To use my strength to protect the people who've always protected me. I want to return the warmth and love I've received with my own hands.
The thing that's so crazy about this is she's making it this big deal where she's like, please, no, I have to help. You have to let me do something to protect people. And it's like, you literally are part of a group of people who go into the Hollow to destroy all of this stuff. Like, in this specific case, yes, we need you because Zhao is interested in you. But in every other case, just let other people do it and you'll be fine.
I understand how you feel. I really do. But that sword is dangerous for you. I'm responsible for your safety.
I mean, isn't she your senior? Can't she just be like, well, I'm ordering you to let me go?
Junior, you have a sibling too. If she went missing one day, you'd do the same, wouldn't you?
All right. I respect your choice.
You need
We'll
to
go
understand,
together.
Wise, I need to aura farm on everyone. Wise, if I don't pull out my million blade roulette move, how am I ever going to be cool enough to get on the front page?
Thank you. Really. Thank you. To be honest, I've been meaning to tell you that you're really special to me. Maybe it's the sword, but everyone, my brother and all the people at Yunquai Summit, they all treat me like I'm made of glass.
You're really special to me, now that you've agreed to let me do what I want.
I know they mean well, but it makes me feel
How
guilty
convenient.
and trapped. But you listen to me. You stand up for me. You make me feel respected, even when everyone else thinks I'm being reckless.
She'll never be as cool as these thighs. Fair enough. It's tough to beat.
That means more to me than I can ever say.
No need to thank me. But promise me one thing. Whatever happens in the Hollow, promise me you'll put your own safety first.
She literally didn't do that last time. Why would she do it this
I
time?
promise.
And about what you said, that you don't want to be the one who always needs protecting. Honestly, I've never thought of myself as your protector. You're way too strong for that, Senior.
Why don't they just give her another sword that she can use instead of the Qingming sword? Like, carry it around, just, be its avatar or whatever, but also just bring a different sword.
I'm just accompanying you, that's all. No matter what you decide to do, just know that I'll be by your side. That's a promise. Will you promise that too? So whenever I look over, I know you'll be there.
Yes, I promise. Whenever we turn around, whenever we look over our shoulders, we'll always see each other there.
You don't understand, she has to get dementia for fun.
Pinky promise.
I guess so. Once again, Zhao Guang holds out her pinky, only this time she doesn't hesitate at all. Her eyes sparkle, her fingertip warm and firm. I don't feel like you need to describe that way. You hook your pinky with hers. This promise now looks more solemn than a vow. If you say so. Then let's go find Miss Zhao now. But something feels off. The fact that Miss Zhao, who, is affiliated with Krampus, was the one to bring news of Lemnian Hollow's abnormal expansion. Would Krampus, or rather would Tops, really care that much about Phylum Heights? Well, also it was, 0.0002%? That's literally nothing. She does. The sword which she brings around is a part of the Qingming sword. She equips it when she enters ult. I mean, I guess it just feels like she could bring like a totally separate one. We talking about a finger? I don't know. Kid named Finger. Thank you, powerless main character Kun, for allowing I, the sole wielder of the most powerful mystic sword known in these lands, that I have agency and the ability to move where I please, like no one can stop me. Yeah, pretty much. Is that so? Come to think of it, I heard from Dylan and Banyue Shifu earlier that Miss Zhao seemed to be on some important mission. Could that mission be related to the expansion of the Lemnian Hollow? But that's just my guess. I'll try to ask Miss Zhao about it when I get the chance. I remember Miss Zhao said earlier we'd meet up near the cable car station. Let's head over right now. Okay. Have we gone up at all? Accept and complete commissions to earn outpost trust. Okay, so does that only go up if I accept commissions from you guys, or is that... Because you guys have done my commissions, but it doesn't appear that we've gone up at all. Oh, no, we're going up, okay. Good. Good to know, I guess. Well, fuck it. Let's just keep doing that. Do our garbage. Hey, if you guys post it, I'll try and do some later. But for now, I think that's gonna call it for tonight, because I imagine going into the next part will be another hour and a half of talking with the characters. So, thank you all so much, as always, for being here. I'm glad to be back. It has been way, way too long. And we're gonna keep it going. We're gonna try to go for Wednesday and Friday as usual. As I said, I do have a charity stream that I'm going to be giving more information on. That'll be happening next month. So, keep an eye out for that. And yeah, we will do what we can. And we'll just raid this person, 'cause why not? Alright. So, yes, thank you all so much for being here. And we will be back. I will see y'all Wednesday. Thank you, and bye-bye.